So if your homeschooler is actually doing well in ninth grade math, they ought to be able to easily handle this problem right here. Okay, so we have x over 2y plus 1 over x. Now, clearly this is an algebra problem, and by the ninth grade, most students really need to be in like Algebra 1. So if your child is not in Algebra 1 by the ninth grade, well, you may want to take a look at your curriculum and your pacing and really get them on track, because Algebra 1 is critical. It really does set the tone for high school level mathematics. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and explain this a little bit more. So by the ninth grade, if your child is in Algebra 1, which typically most students are going to be at, then in 10th grade they can take geometry, and then by the 11th grade, obviously Algebra 2. And these are the courses that a student really needs to understand to do well on the SAT and ACT if they are going to college. Okay, so let's take a look at this problem. We have x over 2y plus 1 over x. And I think a good use of this video is to give this problem to your child and see if this is easy for them. Now, if they are having a tough time with this problem, there's a couple things that could explain that. One, maybe they need to just study harder using your current curriculum and math program, or maybe you need to take a look at another program. Now, if you're not familiar with my program, my homeschool math program, take a look at the link in the description of this video. I have an award-winning middle and high school math program that could potentially help you out. And also I have a ton of videos on my YouTube channel from all things basic math to advanced math. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this problem. So the way we add fractions in algebra is the same process or same way that we add fractions with numbers. So let's do a quick review on a simple fraction problem like this, because if your child really understands how to add numeric fractions, well, then they should be able to handle this problem. All right, so 1/2 plus 1 over 3. How do we add fractions? Well, you can't add fractions unless the denominators are the same. And of course, in this particular problem, we have 2 and 3 as the denominators, so we need to find the LCD. Okay, so this should be real basic review for your child at the ninth grade level, and the lowest common denominator here, of course, is 6. All right, now if your child is having a tough time with numeric fractions, this is a very common weakness even at the ninth grade level. So what you want to do is kind of pause whatever you're doing in algebra and go back and review basic fractions. That will really help them out in algebra. But let's just do a quick review on how to add simple fractions. So I'm going to show you two ways. We'll take the first kind of a traditional approach, and that is we need to change 1/2 and 1/3 such that they have the same denominator. And of course, that would be the lowest common denominator, which is 6. Okay, so we're going to rewrite these fractions into equivalent fractions. So how do we change a 1/2 into a new fraction where its denominator is 6? Easy. What we need to do is multiply the denominator by 3. But if we do that, we need to multiply the numerator by 3 as well. So 3 times 2 is 6, and 3 times 1 is 3. Okay, so how do we change a 3 into a 6? Easy. We just need to multiply by 2. But then we also need to multiply the numerator by 2 as well. So we end up with 2 over 6. Okay, now once you have the same denominator and you're trying to add or subtract fractions, what you need to do is do that respective operation, i.e. addition or subtraction in the numerator. So to find the numerator, we're going to add the numbers in the numerators, right? So 3 and 2, so 3 plus 2 is 5. This is our numerator, and then our lowest common denominator will be our denominator. So the correct answer is 5 over 6. All right, now hopefully your child understands this, and if they don't, no big deal. Just go back and do a quick review on basic fractions. This will really help them out. But now I want to show you a fantastic shortcut that if your child is not familiar with, it will really help them out in algebra. All right, now we're going to do the same problem, but this time we're not going to be thinking about the lowest common denominator. So when it comes to adding and subtracting fractions, a lot of students have a tough time identifying the LCD. Now in a simple problem like this, it's easy to see that the lowest common denominator is 6. But if I had, let's say, like 1 over 28 plus 1 over 304, well, finding the LCD would be much more complicated. All right, so I'm going to show you a fantastic shortcut where you can add and subtract fractions without even thinking about the lowest common denominator. Now, I call this the bow tie method, and it's basically a simple pattern that you can follow. And if you follow this pattern every single time, you will get the right answer. Now, the one thing about this particular method is that sometimes you don't end up with a fraction that is fully reduced. So you need to take a look at your final answer, and you also need to really understand how to find the LCD. Okay, so you can see here I already did the work, but I'm going to quickly explain what I'm going to show you here. And what we're going to do is follow this pattern. We're going to start here. We're going to multiply this way. This will be step 1. And then step 2, we're going to go down here in this denominator and multiply this way. And then step 3 will be this direction. Okay, so let me go ahead and explain this to you. So the first thing that we're going to do is find the numerator. And the way we do that is we always start here in the bottom right. So it's going to be 3 times 1. Okay, so this direction, this is your first step. You have to follow this pattern in this order. All right, so 3 times 1 is what? Well, of course, that is 3. Now, our second thing is we're going to go to this denominator and multiply in this diagonal direction right here. So 2 times 1 is what? Well, this is 2. Now, of course, we are adding fractions, so this is going to form our numerator, so we're going to add these two results. All right, so 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 times 1 is 2, and our denominator is our last move, and that is 2 times 3, which of course is 6. And you can see here, 3 plus 2 is 5 over 6, which is the same thing that we got right here when we did all this work with the LCD. Okay, now the great thing about this shortcut is that it works with algebraic fractions as well. So now we're going to go ahead and take a look at this algebra problem, and I'm going to show you both techniques. We're going to find the LCD and add these fractions, and then we're going to use this bow tie method to add the same fractions, and you're going to see that you really do need to understand both methods. All right, so let's take a look at our problem, and we're going to use the LCD method to solve it. So we have x over 2y plus 1 over x, and what we want to do here is add these fractions. Now, just a kind of technical thing here. When you have fractions with variables in algebra, we call these rational expressions. So if you kind of want to look in your book, textbook, or math program on where this is taught, you want to look at a chapter or section called rational expressions, rational equations, etc. All right, so we have x over 2y plus 1 over x. Now remember, in algebra, variables just represent numbers, right? So I could replace these variables with a value, a numeric value, and then I would have a numeric fraction problem. So we can use the same procedure, if you will, as numeric fractions to add these variable expressions or these rational expressions. All right, so the LCD here is 2xy. Now, finding the LCD, or lowest common denominator, of rational expressions can be a little bit tricky, all right? And this is kind of its own separate lesson. But the LCD here is 2 times x times y. So we have x here as this denominator and 2y as this denominator. The lowest common denominator is 2xy, or 2yx. All right, so that means we need to change both of these fractions such that they have the denominator to xy. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So how do I change a 2y into a 2xy? Well, easy. All I have to do is multiply it by x, because x times 2y is 2xy. But that means I need to multiply the numerator by x as well. All right, so we'll clean this up in just 1 second. But let's go over here. How do I change an x into a 2xy? Well, all I need to do is multiply it by 2y, because 2y times x is 2xy. But remember, I also need to multiply the numerator by 2y as well. All right, so when we do this algebra, x times x is x squared. Let me kind of go down here so we can see the work. X times 2y is 2xy. And then over here, 2y times 1 is 2y, and then 2y times x is also 2xy. All right, so now we have two fractions where the denominators are the same. So all we have to do is add the numerators. So our final answer is going to be x squared plus 2y in the numerator over 2xy. All right, so this is the correct answer. And if your child got this, that is fantastic. So you can kind of see that this does take a little bit of work, and this is a very easy problem. And again, finding the lowest common denominator when you have two or more rational expressions could be a little bit complex. But let's take a look at this bow tie method and see exactly how easy it is to solve this problem. All right, so again, anytime you want to add two fractions, you can always use this bow tie method. So we're going to follow this pattern, step 1, step 2, step 3. All right, so here we have x times x, that is x squared. So this again is going to form our numerator, plus 2y times 1 is 2y over 2y times x, which is 2xy. So you can see here our final answer is x squared plus 2y over 2xy, which is the same thing as this right here. Okay, so hopefully your child did well with this problem, and if they didn't, definitely don't despair, because a lot of students, really need to study hard to master algebra. That's why you have really algebra taught, multiple times. If you think about it, a student takes pre-algebra, and then they take algebra 1, and then they take algebra 2. And in algebra 1, you're basically reviewing pre-algebra, right? So you're kind of doing algebra again. In algebra 2, you're kind of relearning algebra 1, kind of reinforcing these concepts. So, it does take more than a few years to really understand all these algebraic concepts. Now, again, if you're not familiar with my homeschool program and you are a homeschooler, it's something that you definitely should check out. You can find a link to that in the description of this video. And at least make sure to like and subscribe, because you'll have access to all the videos on my YouTube channel. At the time of this video, I have well over 3,000 plus videos on my YouTube channel that can definitely help you out. Okay, so with all that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your homeschooling adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.